commercial break. She defeated Kulik and Johnson, as we said in that first match, 244 to 238 and 212.
Kim is 3-1 against Leanne, so she has the upper hand when they've met on TV. Great shot by Kim. Kim's really throwing the ball well. She's really worked on her physical game along with her mental game. Try to stay behind the ball a little more, not be so much on the side of it. Let the ball roll a little more.
Leanne Barrett, 34 years old, 15 years on tour, 23 titles, and Carolyn, only one of those titles is a major.
Unbelievable. She's also got 89 TV appearances. That's amazing.
Nice shot for Leanne. Let's talk about the friendship issue for just a moment, Carolyn. You have to bowl against friends. You also have to bowl against your sister. Does that affect your competitive outlook when you're down there?
You know, I'm sure it does to just very little to a certain extent, but you really have to focus in on what you're doing. And one of the ways to do that is when you are bowling on TV, maybe not watching what your opponent's doing. It kind of takes away, you know, then you're forgetting who you're really bowling against. But I'm sure it is a little hard, but, you know, the more you're there, you kind of get used to it.
Well, I guess the best thing for you is to shoot a great game. That's a pretty good shot.
It's a lot easier when you're bowling on TV and you know you made the best shot you can. You just didn't get the breaks. It's a little easier to handle. Good shot by Leanne. Leaves the ring in 10. Leanne basically playing the same line, close to what Kelly Kulik was doing in the first game.
Right, you talked about a variety of styles. She covers up that spare. So Kelly and Leanne, similar.
Very similar. Leanne's a little more on the side of the ball. Kelly's a little bit more behind the ball and comes around it. She's a little more of a finesse player, and that's what allows her to open up the lane the way she does.
What about Kim Terrell?
Kim Terrell's a little, I call her an in-betweener. She's not really straight like a Liz Johnson. Gets a little more roll in the front part of the lane, which allows her to open up the heads just a little bit and get a little different angle on the back end.
Obviously didn't open up the heads enough right there.
Missed a little left on that right lane. Now, don't forget, this is the lane that Kim had tighter. She's using a stronger ball with a stronger pin placement with the hole. Now, the shot in the 10th frame, same thing here. Misses a little left. There's no hold in the middle part of the lane. Ball goes right to the Brooklyn.
Cover up the spare, though, and that's the thing to do, especially in the U.S. Open. Those scores particularly high for a U.S. Open first match. Right now, all even, strike, spare, or piece.
Might be seeing a little bit of a transition on the right lane. I said, you know, we'd see who made, you know, the next match, see if there's going to be a move on the lanes. Let's see if what Kim does when she gets up on that right lane. She might even move a little left, try to get the ball a little right.
Next score right now, 280 for both ladies.
Very good shot. She said it when she let it go. Good shot. Both ladies here, very much field players. Kim talks about her feel all the time. Leanne, one of the issues she had to combat this week, her nerves, which when she is trying to get over the nerves, she loses her feel a little bit.
Light gets the mixer. Big event, a lot of money on the line. The other finishers for this event, 6th place, just missing out, Jennifer Swanson. BWA Bowler of the Month for October, Michelle Feldman finished up in 8th, a pair of Dorn sisters, 7th and 9th.
Kim Adler in 12th, our 1999 U.S. Open champion, and our last year's champion, Tamila Grijalva, in 15th.
Interesting note, Leanne Barrett, it's her 5th U.S. Open show. She has a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place finish.
It's almost like it's meant to be.
Oh, that needs a hook.
Bad shot for Leanne. You heard it out of her mouth. That needs to hook. Got it way right down the lane. And that's where you get, when we're talked about the lane condition, you get that little bit of hold, little bit of hang to the right. She gets it too far right. Ball never recovers.
That's where we're talking about the accuracy required to play on many of the conditions that these ladies bowl on. second you saw there was that second place in 91. That was to Anne-Marie Dugan, who wishes she were bowling her right now.
Absolutely.
But recovered with the spare, no problem.
Okay, the first shot on this, let's see, she started on the left lane. Now Kim went high twice on this lane and once light. So let's see what she does on this shot. Good shot. Looks like
big strike for Kim Terrell. The top PGA, senior PGA, and LPGA members compete as teams at the Hyundai Team Matches this afternoon at 4 p.m. That's on ABC. That's 4 p.m. Eastern. You won't want to miss it. And I hope you stay with us continuing this U.S. Open action. We are in the semifinal match. I'm Jan Schmidt along with Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Kim Terrell now up in the fifth frame, working on a double. She did strike on that lane, Carolyn. We didn't get to talk about that. Did she make a change?
Seems like she might have moved a little bit left, got that ball a little bit further right down the lane than she did. Didn't miss left, and she got the reaction she needed.
So Leanne Barrett now finds herself in a position of needing to strike. She trails by 20 pins. She said her strength was she got off to a good start this week, but her nerves were a factor.
That one worked back, definitely. Yes, like I said, Leanne's a field player, so when she's battling her nerves, she loses her feel, and it takes her a little while to get it back. So she was very glad that she got off to a strong start, because when she did battle that problem, it wasn't as drastic.
There you see Leanne Barrett, no nerves on that game. Well, maybe on the last ball. 299. Tammy Turner with a 289. Couple high games. Hey, there's our sideline reporter. 279. Kathy Doran-Lizzie. Lisa Bishop and Dee Dee Davidson also with some 279s, but no 300s yet. We're hoping for one tonight, so they get a $50,000 bonus from Travelodge. Right now it would have to come in the championship match, because the max score for Kim Terrell is 280 and for Leanne 260.
Leanne putting together a double.
Kim has 7 titles to her credit, but no majors. This is her first U.S. Open show. Good shot. Kim makes it 4 in a row, and sideline reporter Kathy Doran-Lizzie is down there with a special guest.
I'm with one of the pioneers in women's professional bowling, Jeanette Robinson, and at 73 years young, she has competed in every U.S. Open since the very beginning, this year being her 38th U.S. Open. Jeanette, tell us the changes you've seen over the years.
Well, I think right now we're seeing would bring tears to anyone's eyes. It's just terrific. The girls work so hard. I know how dedicated they are because I'm out here occasionally. And I'm just so very proud of them. You know, I bowled in the Marion Ladaway, Laverne Carter in that era and saw the winning going on. But right now, I see in the tour something that is wonderful for bowling. I work for Coast Properties, the Orleans, and of course they've just stepped right up into sponsorship of all the pro tournaments, men and women alike. And they wouldn't do it unless it was warranted.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Jeanette. Back to you, Jan.
Thanks, Kathy. And holy cow, 38 U.S. Opens.
Unbelievable. She's a credit to our sport, and besides that, one of the nicest ladies I've ever met.
She definitely is. She has been one that fought long and hard.